One of the fundamental aspects of the 360 method, which is my own personal approach to manifesting, is the flipping of negative thoughts, which means we are monitoring, we are catching them in the moment, and we are replacing them with a thought that actually works for us and isn't tearing down everything that we're working for. This is actually something that I see a lot of people struggling with, so I wanted to give it its own video. That's what we're discussing in this episode of Roxy Talks. Stay tuned. What is up, my fellow dreamers and soul searchers? Thank you for joining me here for another episode of Roxy Talks, where we discuss confidence, mindset, manifestation, and more. I am Roxy Lee. I'm a mindset coach, and I'm here to help you banish your negative thinking and limiting doubts so you can bring love, clarity, and joy into your life. If you'd like to sign up for one-on-one coaching so we can discuss your specific issues, you can sign up at roxytalks.com. I've also got exclusive merch, podcasts, and more. That's all at roxytalks.com. You can also join me on social media. I am on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So flipping thoughts. This is, you know what? I'm going to call this a specialty of mine. Having said that, I know that it's not the easiest thing for everybody. I hear a lot of people saying that they are having trouble flipping their thoughts and keeping them where they need to be. And unfortunately, when I hear those words, what that tells me is one thing only, and it's that that person is not making this a practice. If it's hard for you to catch every thought, it's because you're not actively doing it, okay? Think about it like this. If I went to a spin class right now, it would be really, really hard. I don't work out at all. So it would be really hard for me. But if I had been working out for the last month, doing cardio, lifting some weights here and there, maybe doing some stuff, spin class would just be spin class. It wouldn't necessarily be hard, right? Okay, because it'd be something that my body is conditioned to doing. It's the same thing with catching your thoughts. If it's hard for you, it's because you're not always doing it. And if you were doing it, you would never utter the words that it's hard for me to catch my thoughts, because you'd understand that that in itself is its own manifestation. So when I hear someone say, it's hard for me to catch my thoughts, I know they're not disciplined. And hey, that's on you. I don't really care what you do in your practice. I'm here sharing what works for me and what's working for my clients. But if you don't do the work, that's on you. I'm not living your life and it doesn't really matter to me. But when I say I catch and flip every single thought, I mean every single thought. That is not an exaggeration. It is not hyperbole. That is not me trying to impress you. I mean that I am listening all the time. And yes, it has become a habit. Yes, it has become a practice. It's not that hard, right? Just like if I go work out all the time, spin class is just spin class. It's just what I do. It's just what I have to do as a human being. My thoughts are always going. There can't be no thoughts in there at all, right? There can't be nothing happening. So if something is always have to be happening in there, and that something that's always happening in there also happens to create my entire world around me, I'm going to pay attention to what that shit is saying, right? Think about it. Really think about it. The thoughts and the awareness create. And I have control over the thoughts and the awareness. That means I have control over the creation. And all I have to do is make sure I'm not putting shit in the pot that I don't want to eat. Okay? It's very simple. Very simple. If you don't want to eat it, don't put it in your stew. If you don't want to see it, don't let it live up here. Everything responds to you the way you expect it to go. So if you have a story about being victimized, things being hard for you, things taking a long time, I can get some things and not other things. Whatever. I mean, this stuff goes on and on. Whatever that story is, it has to play out for you. The people in your life have to deliver that message to you loud and clear because, hey, that's your reality. Things don't work out for you. Things are really hard. Things take a long time. So they have to take a long time because that's the story you're telling. So if you want things to stop taking a long time, if you want to be able to manifest things that are different than that, just that one thing you're really good at, or just the one thing that you can't get, then you need to stop saying, I can get everything except for this one thing. You need to stop saying, I know I'm not supposed to look for my manifestations, but every few hours I'm like, oh, where's it at though? It's a mirror. It's not judging what you want. It's not deciding when you're ready for it. When you communicate that you already have it and everything's fine here, you shift into a reality where you already have it and everything's fine here. If you communicate, I don't have this thing, I can't see it, it's not around me, it's not in my physical reality, it's not in my phone, it's in my head only, and it makes me crazy. Guess what? That's the reality you live in. And if you don't stop the thoughts that perpetuate that story, you stay in that story. So keep in mind, if you slack on your thoughts, if you slack on paying attention to what happens here, what do you think? We don't know. No clue, right? Because you have been completely checked out. So remember, when you slack, you stay. If you don't want to stay where you're at, then don't slack on your thoughts. If you like where you're at, then cool, be lazy about it and don't even pay attention because you've already got what you got. Your awareness on it perpetuates. Cool, smooth sailing. If it works for you, then keep it. But if you don't like it, you must turn your awareness off of what you don't like in order for your awareness to be on what you do like, right? If your awareness is on what you don't like and your awareness creates, obviously, I've said all these things a million times before, but I don't think people grasp the gravity of when I say every single thought. I really truly mean that. Whether you have 50 odd negative thoughts in the span of a minute, that's irrelevant. It's what you do with every single one of those thoughts that matters. Because if a thought pops up from my old reality or my current self that doesn't align with the new self, if I that thing, if I do that, I go right back to that reality, right? Just like I talked about yesterday. You're always shifting. You're always shifting imperceptibly, billions of times, over and over, just in a moment. Okay, it's happening constantly. You can't change that fact, but you can steer the ship. You can absolutely steer the ship, and all you have to do is grab the steering wheel and hold on. And then you just keep it steady. Just like driving a regular ass car. If you don't grab the steering wheel of your car, you can go for a little while. For sure, you'll be able to go for a bit, but eventually you're going to hit something and you're going to stop going forward. You're going to stop moving forward, right? So grab that wheel again. Take control. You can direct the stream. That part is not out of control for you. That's where you shine. So don't give up your moment of power, which is in the way that you entertain what's on your mind, the way you think about people or things or events in your life. When you hear yourself describing something in a way that does not line up with the new reality you're in, you switch it into something that actually works for you. Now, you know what? Hold on. I don't think they hate me. I don't think they think what I say is stupid. I don't think that they're going to be upset to hear from me. I don't think that they're going to be angry that I can't talk to them for a month and a half. Actually, they're really excited to get on my calendar. Actually, they love what I have to say because I have a really unique perspective. And I'm living the life that I want. I'm creating amazing things for myself. So I don't really need to worry about what other people are thinking because at the end of the day, they're thinking what I'm thinking. And if I think I'm great and I think they think that I'm great, then everyone thinks I'm great. Cool, great. What's next? If your thoughts don't match up with that, they better, right? That's it. If you catch them not matching up, shut them down and replace them. That's the practice. And you do it every single time. And this is what will help you get to the reality that you want to get to. If you don't combat these thoughts, you will stay where you're at. And you know that because you're watching this video right now, right? Another one of my favorite YouTubers, Aaron Abke, has said that imagination is not a free pass. It is the driving force of creation, okay? So you think you're just entertaining something just to entertain it, just because it's easy to slack on your thoughts and easy to not be on top of it. Guess what? The creation process never stops. The creation process has been going since you opened your eyes as a freaking infant on this planet. So while you feel it may be, it's all right to let a thought slip by here and there, don't forget, you never stop creating. And if you keep letting these thoughts pass through the gate, eventually you're gonna have a whole bunch of negative thoughts in your yard, right? It piles up and it gets harder to get rid of them if you have a whole bunch of them. If you've got one little crack in your screen and a fly comes through one by one and you smack them every time, it is a mild annoyance, but we don't have any flies. We swat them every time. Fly, 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 fly. Whatever, okay? I stopped swatting those flies. I let myself go for, I don't know, a day, a minute, a week. Who cares, really? Because the flies keep coming. And if I'm not swatting them out every time, pretty soon I'm in a house full of fucking flies. And that's really annoying. That's much more annoying than that one that I just have to smack every time. So think of it like your thoughts. If you get them out every single time, they don't build up, you don't give them enough attention for them to impress upon your mind, therefore they're not manifesting in your world. You're over here focusing on what does work for you, which makes you feel good and makes life just kind of work out for you anyways. I don't know why we wouldn't do it just for that one benefit, but hey, how about this other benefit that everything in your entire life will start to work out for you? Is that enough incentive for you to swat every fly? Is a clean house free of flies and fly shit all over the place? Is that enough incentive for you to swat every fly? Because what is it going to take for you to get with the program and start beating out every single one of your thoughts? It's annoying at first, I know, but after a while, we're just swatting. After a while, they stop registering. After a while, it becomes less of a chore and it becomes just what we do. It's just what you do. Tomorrow, I'm going to speak about exactly why circumstances don't matter, why doubts, fears, and all that stuff are irrelevant. So if it's not here yet, check back tomorrow for that video. But you must remember that you are creating the whole environment that you're living in. You're creating all of the situation, all the circumstances, even those negative thoughts that keep popping up in your head are there because they're habitually thought. They're there because you allow them in every time they knock on your door. Well, guess what? If you stop letting them in, they eventually stop knocking. They get the message, okay? So you, I hope, are getting the message right now that you need to be getting every single one of them, because they're always creating. If you're shifting faster than I can even say the word, then you need to be doing your due diligence to yourself and making sure that the thoughts that you have are only describing the reality that you want to live in. If it's anything else than something that works for where you're going, you shut it down and you replace it every single time. I'm going to link my video above about how you can identify what these are and what you can replace those thoughts with. But this is very important to do, because if you don't, you're going to be at the mercy of your thoughts for, I don't know, however long it takes you to actually get really clear with yourself, be honest with what you're doing with your mind, and then be very disciplined and diligent with your practice. It only takes like 30 days, 3 weeks to a month, just like any other habit to do this, okay? So flip every single thought. And make sure that if you're not aware of what you're thinking, if you're going to be checked out, you're not paying attention, you push play on your internal affirmations tape and you just let those things go and you just let them play out while you're doing stuff that you don't need to be completely conscious for, okay? But when you are conscious, when you are checked in, make sure what's going on in here matches the story of the reality we are working towards. Otherwise, you can be sure you're manifesting more of what you've already got. So I want you to comment down below, I pledge to flip every single thought. I pledge to flip every single thought. And you know who you're pledging this to? Not to me. Again, like, you flipping your thoughts or not does not affect my life. It does affect yours greatly. So you're making this pledge to yourself. You're making this declaration to the universe that from now on, I am in charge. I say what happens up here, and I only say good things happen. And that way, I only get good things happening to me. And that's how we change our lives. So if you'd like to sign up for one-on-one coaching so we can discuss exactly how you can begin flipping all of your thoughts, you can sign up for one-on-one coaching at my website, roxytalks.com. I've also got exclusive merch, podcasts, and more. That's all at roxytalks.com. I've also got a brand new Manifesting a Specific Person workshop coming your way. It is updated from what I've already been teaching, but this is now going to be its own automated system that you can access right away. You don't have to wait to get on my calendar. And I will be offering $100 off during the lockdown, just because I know everyone's in interesting predicaments. So that will be available very soon, maybe next week at the latest. So check back for that. If you'd like to check out the free version, you can do that in the link below. My Manifesting a Specific Person Masterclass is completely free and the link is below. You can also join my Facebook group, Black Moon Society. It's a great community for like-minded people who are helping each other manifest. That, of course, is in the description below as well. You can also join me on social media. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Here on the Roxy Talks channel, I go live every Monday at noon-ish PST for Q&A, and I've got brand new videos out every Tuesday through Friday. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss an update. And if you're feeling generous, please like and share. That helps us reach as many people as possible, and everyone deserves to know that they are in complete control of their reality. We're all raising our vibrations together. You have the power. I believe in you.